Yo, what's good, YouTube? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back welcoming you to the post-fight show with Stormybman for this Saturday, September 3rd, 2022. And we're just wrapping up another evening's worth of fight cards broadcast on Dazn. And guess what? If you tuned in or was happening to have a listen to the great call by the brother KQKC Boxing Network, man, you were highly entertained. This card, broadcast live from Mexico, had exactly the cure for boxing aficionados who have not seen enough action. Man, I don't even know where to start, but we're going to start. Just want to say salute to everybody out there. Smash the like button as you come on into the building. I appreciate each and every one of you who've elected to stay on and listen to my post-fight comments on what took place with the action on this card this evening. But let me just say, man, you know, we've been complaining a lot lately with what's wrong with the sport, not seeing enough of the quality matchups that we desire from those at the top of the sport. But sometimes in between the gaps, and there are far too many of those gaps, we do get entertained. But this is why I've always professed that you should be a lover of the sport and not the participants of the sport. not them only. You have to love the greater whole of the part, not just sums. And this bout, these fight cards for this evening on Dazn typifies what we're talking about when we say these things. So salute to the main event, which was matched up between, we had Juan Francisco Estrada and Aji Cortez. Man, these two men fought for Estrada's WBC Super Flyweight Championship. It's also like a franchise label that Estrada is enjoying. And he relinquished the other titles he had. And, this was a bout that he took looking forward to meeting up with Chocolatito for a third go round. But listen, though Estrada did end victorious in tonight's main event, we were introduced to a new fighter because we did not know. Well, let me speak for myself. I can't speak for you all. I did not know Mr. Cortez, but I will tell you one thing, and it just resonated in my mind as I watched this card. I didn't catch the first fight. I've got it replaying on my monitor here, but I listened to KQKC's call of it, and from what I understand, that was highly action-packed as well. But let me start off by simply saying, we've been highly critical of Canelo Alvarez this past week. All of us out here in the community have had something to say about this guy, especially when he reiterated his remark of he has no interest in fighting Mexican fighters because he feels that he represents Mexico. No, these people who fought tonight represent Mexico. Okay? And it really came to the surface, people, why this man does not want to fight Mexican fighters. It's because some have more to put out than what he is willing to give and engage with at this stage of his career. And it is an undeniable fact now, after watching this tonight. I was waiting for something to be a proof in the pudding type scenario that we could utilize to pontificate further the point of the shenanigans that he spews when he says such BS to the public media, those who kiss up to him and shine his silk pajamas for him, and his slippers, These men and women who competed on this card tonight show exactly what a prideful nation who have talent to offer put out to be representing. Not rich people who sail on their yachts, and run around with thoughts, and all of this other foolishness, spewing these words like he's a true warrior and all of that. No, these people were warriors out here tonight. And boy, did they deliver it. And it shows, because when you are a warrior in this sport, you get what you saw tonight. Every card that I was able to see, and I saw 3 of the bouts, not the first one, I got it playing back on my monitor now, as I said, and these guys, Hernandez and Mata, are going at it, and this is just the 3rd round, and they've thrown more punches in this fight than I seen in a minute in some fights. You understand? So this is exactly what I needed. Fuel to fan the flames, to roast the redhead cheetah again. Huh? Yes. Proof is in the pudding. Now, there are some out here who just don't care for what they call the booger weights. Shout out to my brothers out there in the community. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all don't want to waste time watching the little guys. But when you love boxing and they have quality little guys, it's worth the time to take out and tune in. Because tonight, they delivered, people. They delivered. Let's get right down into Cortes challenging Estrada for his title, that super flyweight title. Juan Estrada is a guy who I have a lot of respect for what he does, the battles he's had, the roster of fighters that he's fought at the top of the sport. And Nacho Beristain being a trainer who has worked with him, as well as some other noteworthy Mexican fighters. This man has delivered time and time again. But tonight he fought a young man that was a little younger. I think that Cortes came in around the age of 27, and I believe that Estrada is currently 32. I had the first 3 rounds, Juan was opening up very well. Now, what I noticed in those first 3 rounds is that Cortes was competing very well, but not enough to secure rounds. And I was saying to myself, if he could just pick it up a little bit, you know, something could happen here for him. And boy, lo and behold, it happened. Huh? And I put a poll up there for you guys to check out. And please do, at your discretion, because I added Mr. Cortes there on that poll, because he made enough of an impact by the time this fight was over to have consideration. Let me go to the chat for a quick moment and acknowledge some of the brothers and sisters in the building. We got Macadus Mac of the South out there saying, salute to the Grandmaster, Stormy B, man. Appreciate you, bro. Sheena is in the building, and she's got her instruments and the music symbols out there. She likes that opening theme. Appreciate you, Sheena. She says, salute Stormy B, man. Flawless mentality. Dr. Mark in the building saying, salute to the God, the Sensei Stormy B, man. What's good with you, Dr. Mark? Appreciate you, man. William, old school, is out there saying, salute my brother Stormy B, man. What's good? What's good with you? Kwee in the building. What's going on, Kwee? Kwee, you saying what's happening? And what's happening in that kitchen, Kwee? What you had going this weekend? I know it was something good, man. It was something good. Anthony Bolton back with us saying salute. AJ64 in the building saying peace, Stormy. And who else? I see Devin Blocker is out there with us saying, Stormy B, man, did they call out the scores? Yeah, they called out the scores. I was trying to write them down, but I was distracted because I was trying to get the numbers right. But I'll let you know what I had, and my score that I had was mixed in with that those scores. So Mr. Estrada won, and he won by I think it was they said it was a unanimous decision. Yeah. Devin Blocker says, in the middle of the fight, yeah, they had an open scoring there in Mexico for this fight. So after the 8th round, they called out the scores to the audience, which was interesting because the way they did it, they had the ring announcer read the scores out over the action while they were fighting. It was like kind of weird. It wasn't even in between the rounds. It was during the action of the 9th round that they read it out or something. Kind of crazy how they handled that. Let's see. J. Wayne Citizen in the building saying salute Stormy B, man. Who else we got? Lewis Hinton is out there. And trying to scroll through here. You guys are greeting each other. Jay Wayne says, yeah, this was supposed to be a tune-up for Estrada. Well, no, I disagree with that. I disagree with that, Jay Wayne, because fighters like Estrada, they'll fight whether you're a top contender or whether you're a low-statured fighter or whatever. They will take you on. They don't consider guys tune-ups. They just fight. And that's the difference between fighters like that. That's why you have to have an appreciation for these guys. You know what I mean? You have to really look at them for what they do and have an appreciation. Yeah. Trying to get back. I lost my place here. Who we got? Devin Blocker saying Cook, Stormy B, man. With the Flames. 88 Sports Talk says facts. Devin Blocker says this gonna be good. Stormy B, man. Devin says, okay, you guys are greeting each other still. I see all these flames out there, man. Y'all got me. Am I heating up already? Have I got the kitchen going? He said, yeah. Sheena says the chat is on fire. Yeah, right? She got the I'm saying the same thing, Sheena. This is crazy. It's like everybody is heated up. But you know what? It was a damn good card. It's like this, when you see fights like this, you leave on a positive note. You get charged up. You know what I'm saying? And it's great. I mean, I love that. I love that. 88 says, man, this fight reminded me of Morales versus Pacquiao 1. Josh Sanders is out there saying, salute, Sensei. Salute to you. Devin Blocker says, it was lit when they dropped them scores. Picasso is asking, what's the poll? You can't see the poll? Picasso is still up there. I haven't removed it. What else we got here? The numbers are just jumping right now because I guess people are coming in. I'm trying to keep up. It made the fight pick up. Yeah. Queequee says, nothing today but Gabe getting on the grill tomorrow, so I'll be in the kitchen. Okay. Okay, man, I wish I was close to y'all because I know I could get me some good eating over there. I know. You understand? I bring my stretch pants. You understand? That way, if my stomach get a little tight, you know, that elastic around the waist of the stretch pants, and I'm talking about like the jogger's pants, you know, with the string, the drawstring, you could just loosen that drawstring in the belly to get my food. That's a fat boy secret there, okay? Just know that that's what that is. Anyway, getting back to the chat, Devin Blocker said, I loved it. It made the fight pick up. I read that already. PGH Big Dog in the building. DOG G215 in the building. What else we got? The poll just says yes or no. What? Picasso? Hold on a second. I just put that poll up there. It's not showing. It should be. Wow. You guys can't see that poll? I see it in the chat there. It only has 4 votes, it says. The poll is asking. Now it is. Okay, now you can see it. I'm sorry about that. I don't know. I don't know why it was doing that, because I had put it up there. Man, I tell you, they be messing with us, because I had the poll ready. When I went live, I hit the thing so you guys could see it. But it says, who should Estrada face next? Chocolatito, Jesse Rodriguez, or his brother Joshua Franco, or Cortez again? Yeah, those are the selections there. I apologize that it wasn't up there like it was supposed to be at first, family. But let's get back to the fight here. I know we still got people. G5 Gabe, I see you out there. C99. A lot of people coming to the building, man. Appreciate all of y'all. Let's see here. Kui, you gotta get that grill put together correctly, man. You don't want to be trying to put meat on it and the damn thing fall down and the meat hit the ground. And when the meat hit the ground when you're grilling, that's a no-no. Whoever's overseeing the grill should be sent to the shed, and the shed put closed with a padlock on it, huh? When the meat hit the ground. You know, the old folks used to say, if my meat hit the ground, you gonna hit the ground. That's what they used to say. I heard that many a time. If my meat hit the floor, you gonna hit the floor. You better not drop that meat down there. Picasso is like, Stormy B, man, those pants are not allowed in the strip club. Picasso, I ain't allowed in the strip club, so it ain't no problem. You understand? What I say? Picasso calls him Chocolate Tito. Salute to G5 on that membership there, man. What's good with you, G5? Picasso is calling my man Chocolate Tito. Man, y'all crazy, man. That's crazy. Oh, man, I can't even get to the next thing, man. Seawood is out there. Picasso says, apologize for those pants, Stormy B, man. Listen, man. You don't know the struggle of a fat dude, bro. You don't know the struggle, huh? Yeah. Let me get back to the fight, man, because you guys, I'm reading them funny parts of the chat. I'll never get through this. But listen, what I noticed after the third round, in round 4, RG Cortez came out and he stepped up his game, people. He wasn't just competing now. He was now trying to turn a corner in the fight. And that's when it became a fight, because he began to try to take the rounds. And what he did well, I noticed this young man had every punch in the arsenal of boxing. He had the jab. He had the straight right and the right hook. He had the left hook. He had right uppercut, left uppercut. And guess what else he had added in? He had the 45. This guy was tagging Juan Francisco to the point that Juan Francisco got angry. It was like, he was like, I can't believe this dude is really trying to task me. And he swept on my cards rounds 4, 5, and 6 in succession after losing the first 3 rounds, I felt. Now, what was interesting is that Juan Francisco went to his experience, because as he was launching his aggressive assault, because he was the one pursuing, and I noticed that Cortes was not leaning up against the ropes. He kept the fight in the center of the ring. He bodied up against him and would kind of shoulder Juan Francisco off. But when he do it, he'd launch some shots too. So he'd shoulder him off and get off a left hook, right hand left hook, or left hook, a right uppercut, left hook. It was never the same punches over and over again. And sometimes he would catch Francisco coming in with a clean shot, but it wasn't always just a single shot. He was throwing combinations. And I keep talking about when these young fighters of today take the luxury of using combinations to their advantage, because fighters that are skilled and experienced like Juan Francisco, they expect you to throw at least 3 shots. So they have a move that they make regardless, whether they slip, bob, weave, duck, and then they'll make 2 movements off of that. But when you've got a 3rd, 4th, and 5th punch coming, now you're tagging and landing. And that's exactly what was happening during this fight. It was fun to watch because he had just enough pop on his punch that Juan couldn't get reckless. But what he did not have, and it due to the youthfulness of Cortes and many fighters like him, he did not go to Juan's body enough, people. He did not go to the body enough. If he had invested a little bit more body work, then Juan Francisco may not have been as strong as he was able to be in the last third of the fight. But it was still a great competitive match. Mr. Cortes has nothing to hang his head about. And again, I'll say it once more. This is what Canelo means when he says, I'm not fighting any more Mexican fighters. When you have to run into someone like that. And see, Canelo got several guys out there like that for him. Huh? You got a David Morrell. You got a David Benavidez. You got a Zurdo Ramirez. There's 3 of them right there. And he don't want to fight any of those guys. You understand? And I know that Morrell is Cuban, but I'm still saying of the Latin class, these men bring it. And they are the future. As long as they get the opportunity, they will show their wares, whether they're up to the task or not. And they're young enough and fresh enough to put out enough of an effort like Mr. Cortes did this evening. Now, he ran into a buzzsaw that was Juan Francisco Estrada in that 7th round, where he suffered a knockdown due to some tremendous body work that Juan put in. And see, that was the difference in the fight, because when Juan began to go in for that body work, which in the 7th he dropped Cortes, and it looked like he was going to drop him a second time. Cortes was starting to bend at that point. Juan swept the next 3 rounds, rounds 7, 8, and 9. But then, in 10, 11, and 12, I had Cortes outboxing him because he went back to the jab, using that jab, circling, not standing in front of the guy, not standing to trade anymore. And I think it was the body work that made him make that adjustment. But Juan Francisco couldn't keep up with him at that point. So imagine if he had put more body work in against Juan Francisco. This is what I'm talking about and why I said in the poll, who would you like to see him fight next? Chocolatito, Jesse Rodriguez, Joshua Franco, or Cortes again? Because those are all competitive bouts. But how about Cortes against Jesse Rodriguez? That would be something to see. But I just enjoyed totally what these men offered tonight with their efforts. And it was simply Juan Francisco's experience in the ring and experience in the corner that assisted in he pulling it out, because he had either a broken nose or a badly busted nose from Cortez's punches. His nose was running for the whole third of the fight, the last third of the fight. But he put Julio Cesar Chavez like body work in, and that made the difference in the fight. It was the type of effort that you have to do that to take something away from the guy. Like Teddy Atlas would say, put some water in the basement, and that body work that he put in was just enough to cause some problems for Cortes. But man, it was a great fight, a great matchup of styles. I don't know where the heck Cortes come from. I hadn't heard of him before tonight, but I'd like to see that kid again. I really enjoyed the way he performed, and he did not let the event get to him. Being in there with such a seasoned veteran, he fought like he belonged, and he exuded a certain type of a confidence, but just missing a little bit of coaching up on, you got to get some more body work in. You have to invest in the body in a boxing match. And let me say this about Juan Francisco. He's got a chin, because this kid hit him with some stuff, people, and he took it and he stood up to it very soundly. He didn't waver, he didn't buckle, but he was rocked more than a couple of times in this fight. But he was able to maintain his poker face and keep his he kept his confidence, and he stayed focused. I like that. And it was something that, again, if you're taking notes on boxing, you could look at how he performed here, and you could see so much positivity there. So much positivity. And we like to see that in boxing. See these guys do their thing, do what they can do best. And it was just something that I really had an appreciation for as I watched this. It was very entertaining, entertaining. We got some people in the chat saying some things. Devin Blocker saying facts. C99 saying 100. Devin Blocker says, run this fight back. Yeah, C99 says that adjustment was a sign of a seasoned fighter. Absolutely. Devin says, yes, Stormy B-Man 100. And Picasso is saying Canelo is at a gridlock. He's only so many options, and they're getting less. Forgive me. They're getting less and lesser. Devin Blocker says, man, my man didn't go to the body enough. Yeah, that's what I was saying. But I'm not upset at him. He performed very well. But he can take this as a lesson for himself and go back to the drawing board and know that, he has some things to do. He still has work to do. And that's okay. Because this is what happens in boxing, It's what happens. I had that replay playing, and they cut it off. That's okay. It's okay. And Anyway, getting back. So to see these guys doing what they were doing tonight with the contrasting of their styles, not a lot of clinches in this fight either. Keeping the fight pretty much in the center of the ring or staying a maximum about 3 feet away from the ropes the entire time. Very good. Teach is asking, there was a fight tonight? I lost track. Yeah, absolutely, on Dazn. Juan Francisco Estrada had a title defense against RG Cortes, and you missed a heck of a fight there, Teach. It was a heck of a fight between two guys that really they represented very well tonight. Very well. I was impressed, man. Big time. I was impressed big time. So, boy, did I enjoy that fight tonight. And I'll tell you something. The co-main event, too, was a good fight. Because we had former champion Jelene Medvedev. She was in there against Erica Cruz, who had defeated her before for the WBA Women's Featherweight Championship. And Erica Cruz came to get busy tonight. And their first fight, Jelena Medvedev, her trainer had fallen ill and was in the hospital and ended up later passing away. So she entered her fight with Cruz the first time around very distracted and distraught and everything, and she was not mentally there for their first fight. Now, tonight, she returned saying that, she was prepared, focused. She even hired Sugar Hill, as a trainer for her, Sugar Hill Stewart. But Sugar Hill Stewart didn't help, not one iota. Jelene took an ass whooping for 10 rounds from Miss Cruz, and Miss Cruz was really in there trying to take her out, throwing a series of hooks to the head and to the body. She was trying to be as physical as she could, and being a southpaw, her southpaw position caused some issues for Jelene, and Jelene looked like she could not even handle the southpaw position. But Jelene was more interested in tying up and clinching and, mauling Erica to the canvas several times. They hit the canvas about 3 times in this fight, in a 10-rounder. And the referee, which was another woman, that referee could have easily taken points away from Jelene Medvedev because she just was there to survive. She had very little offensive output. She never threw any punches with bad intentions. She just was, I don't know. And they say she's 40 years old. So if that be what's wrong, is that she's hit the wall as far as being too old or something, I don't know. But I haven't seen her fight before. But tonight she definitely didn't look like she was prepared for a southpaw. And Sugar Hill was not helping. He couldn't get her to do anything. And I don't know that he was giving instructions that could have made a difference. But I had her losing every round, and it wasn't pretty. So, that was that. You know what I mean? And Sugar Hill, he got a lot of work to do to be called a good trainer. He really does. You know, Jonathan Banks is a better trainer and has a track record and history of working with different fighters. He's currently training Triple G, but he's worked with some other guys as well. So, you know, it is what it is. I see my man 704 Joe is in the building. What's good with you, 704 Joe? Demon Kennedy is in the building. Boxing matchups with Dwayne Freeman is in the building. Let's check on that poll, see what that's looking like. The poll has Chocolatito leading whom Estrada should face next by 61%. Jesse Rodriguez is second, and Cortez is now third. No votes at all for Joshua Franco. That's interesting because he's right there with his brother, you know, and they said that they're never going to fight each other too, so Jesse Rodriguez and Joshua Franco are brothers, so they're not going to face each other. William, you took the words right out of my mouth, William. Sugar Hill is the only trainer who teaches massive power in just a couple of training camps. Yeah, turning a feather-fisted leaf blower fisted fighter into a power puncher, huh? Punching even harder than the man who is the hardest puncher in heavyweight history, huh? What is that all about? I thought they said punchers are born, huh? That you can't teach power, huh? Just like they say you can't coach height, huh? What's up with that? What is up with that, huh? I turned him into a puncher. I showed him how to, put the snap into it. Like Bruce Lee said in Way of the Dragon, he was like, oh, you got to put your hip into it. It's like, what? Man, if you don't get out of here with that foolishness, there's guys out here that ain't never been able to crack an egg. Unless Sugar Hill tell it, he'll have you like Ernie Shavers Jr. Salute to my man, the dearly departed Ernie Shavers. We just lost him a couple days ago. But you going to turn a guy into Ernie Shavers? Eddie Futch, Emmanuel Stewart, huh? Harry Wiley Sr., none of them could turn anybody into Joe Louis. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the beer-bellied, shirtless Sugar Hill Stewart can coach power, huh? Well, why ain't they lining up to his gym then, huh? Why they ain't lining up for him? Can somebody answer that for me? Can somebody get a hold of James Lights Out Tony and ask him, James Tony, what do you think about Sugar Hill saying that he can coach power? He can turn a guy who can't punch into a guy who has a knockout punch, huh? If you don't sit down with that foolishness, man. Because James Toney gonna tell you the truth. You might not understand what he say, but he gonna say it. You understand? Man. Lewis Hinton says, do you believe in magic? And I hope you do. Sugar Hill is standing next to you. Oh, C99 is cracking up. He's crying, laughing. William says, exactly, Stormy. My father told me you can't teach power. You are born with it. Josh Sanders is cracking up as well. Picasso says, exactly. Sheena's saying, rest peacefully, Ernie Shavers. Yeah, man. Dude out here, straight up a comedy minstrel show. Out here trying to tell somebody that he done coached power to a leaf blower, a human leaf blower, huh? That man ain't had nothing but stoppages in his career. No real KOs. Nobody going to sleep snoring. And all of a sudden, Sugar, I showed him how to turn his power over, and he's a knockout puncher now. He's a knockout puncher. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all, hey, y'all know I'm telling the truth, right? You know I'm telling the truth. Man. But hey, let me get back to the card, man. Now, there was a fight between, what was that, the IBF featherweight? Hector Flores and Sim Notashinga. That fight was another good fight, man. Hector and Notashinga, dude, they battled, man. And that kid, Notashinga, he was from, South Africa, I believe. But boy, he really was in a grinder tonight, man. And Hector was trying his darndest, man. Another close fight, man. I actually had Hector losing the fight by split decision. And he got dropped in the second round, but he got up and he fought hard, man. And he pressed the action. He got his fair share, of body work in, and had Notashinga in there looking like he was falling apart in the last third of the fight. Even to the point that when he was in the corner and his cornerman was telling him, hey, you need these last 3 rounds or whatever, dude, he didn't look good. He was in there and he was listening to them, but his eyes weren't focused. They were kind of like all over the place. And I think he was just searching for some strength within himself or something to try to pull it together, because he was being battered to the body very, very well by Hector Flores. It was a very action-packed fight. It was highly competitive. There was a head clash in the 5th round that caused a bad cut over Hector Flores' face. It kind of in that center at the top near the hairline, and it bled for the rest of the fight, but it never was in jeopardy of stopping the fight. Just a real inconvenience for Flores. But what a good fight, man. Again, these men fought like, I have to say it, they fought like they were trying to prove themselves, but not necessarily like against each other. They were trying to prove themselves to themselves. Because even after Flores got dropped in that second round, dude, he got up and fought hard, man. It's just that Notashinga, he had better boxing skills, but Flores took the boxing away from him with an all-out body attack. Man, it was some great action. And it's like, wow, you see these young guys competing like that? I think that Notashinga shouldn't fight for another 6 to 8 months, man. they should give him a long layoff because he took a lot in this fight. And I was worried about that for him. And I wrote in KQKC's chat, I was like, he's not looking good, KQ. Even though he was still in the fight and everything, I was watching his body language in between rounds and how his trainer, they didn't do a lot of refreshing him. And someone had wrote that in KQ's chat, and I 100% agreed with that. It didn't look like they were doing enough to refreshing him for the very next round. Giving a guy water is one thing, but there are certain things that you could do with the ice pack and, you know, getting your fighter to be alert and ready to go for the next round. And I think they kind of dropped the ball on that. Maybe they were caught up in the event. I don't know, because they did a lot of talking to him. But you got to refreshing your guy sometimes. Sometimes give less instruction and spend more time getting him ready to go for that next 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Give him some recoup time. Because instructions should be bare minimum. You should, when you're engaged in a bout like he was, you know, your recovery is very important. Very important. And those are the kind of things you work on in the gym, so that when your coach and trainer is able to convey something to you, it's like second nature when you're out there in the bout. And that is something that I saw that maybe they need to work on. Salute to Letter Polo 626 out there who just subscribed to the channel. We appreciate you for subscribing. Welcome to the Stormybman channel and family. Appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah, Teacher's laughing out there. Flawless says, all facts, Stormy. Teach says, sound just like Sugar Hill. My Sugar Hill impression. Yeah, I taught him how to turn his punch over, and, you know, he's a knockout puncher now. So we're knocking guys out. Yeah. Get out of here, man. Such BS. C99 says, very action-packed fight. I completely agree. Yeah, this fight tonight, man, between the South African and Hector, man. Great match of styles, too. Again, whoever put the fights together, the matchmaker for tonight's card on Dazn, they did a wonderful job, man. Even with the ladies' fights, you know, because Erica Cruz came out there and defended her featherweight title, you know, left no doubt. But one thing I'm going to tell you, though, Jelena Medjodovic, whatever her name is, she was not going to be knocked out. She was going to clinch and clutch and hold and tackle. You know, hey, it was women's NFL, huh? Yeah, that's what she came out there to do. She wasn't going down. Not like that. She went down several times by tackling Miss Cruz to the canvas, but she wasn't going to go down from being knocked out. If anything, Sugar Hill taught her well with that, huh? Survive. And I think that when he was talking to her for that last round, you know, between rounds 9 and 10 before the bell rang for the 10th round, because, you know, the women's fights is, championship fights is 10 rounds only. The camera showed Sugar Hill saying something to her, and I wrote in KC's chat, I said, Sugar Hill was yelling at her, grab her ass. Because that's all she was doing, man. She was just clenching and holding, and, man. Yeah, she, you know, Erica Cruz probably felt she was sexually assaulted in there tonight, man. Yeah, what kind of mess was that? Man. Sheena is cracking up. Teacher's laughing. Picasso says, next up, we have the talented, give a hand to Stormybman, ladies and gentlemen. It's like I'm doing a comedy stand-up routine now. Y'all don't want to take me serious no more. You just, hey, these is just jokes. No, man, I'm the sensei, bro. It's like being able to make you laugh, though. That's a good thing, you know. You know, I wish I could make you send some more super chats. So that's what I would. Y'all make me cry. No super chats, but it's like, hey, that's okay. As long as I got y'all laughing, I see the flames, I see the laughing emojis, the crying emojis, man. We doing some good stuff here, man, on Stormybman channel. Hey, y'all, they took my Friday night chop session down yesterday, man. Found out why they took it down because I had put the King Kong knocking out Prince Charles. I showed that, and that because that was Fox pay-per-view, they was mad. They yanked me down off the airwaves. I'm gonna see if I could just edit that part and then they put it back up. But man, I don't like, you know, why they coming after me like that? There's all kinds of stuff out here that people put up, and they just, you know, everything, you know, from people threatening folks, you know, talking about what they gonna do to their family and everything, and hate mongers and everything, and thoughts and all of that. And they don't take that stuff down. It stays up to 1.5 million views. Huh? Come on, man. It's just a little old Stormybman channel. Seriously. Huh? You know. Everybody laughing, you know. Yeah, man. You know. Twerking and all of that stuff. It's like, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy, though. It is crazy. What a guy gotta do to get some views around here, you know? Stripping down to your bare essentials and stuff like that. That ain't me, man. That ain't me. Yeah, that's true, William. That's true, man. I guess they got me in their sights now, huh? Yeah, because they tried to hit me for something last week when I did the show on the StreamYard, and I played the guy saying emotional damage. Do you know they tried to come and get me on that? I was like, it's just a meme. It's on everybody's thing, you know, emotional damage. They come after me for that. There's somebody out there, man, watching and everything. They be like, yeah, that's that guy, you know, Stormybman. Let's get him. You know? Yeah, Flawless. I realized that, man. I realized that. But that's okay, man. Cause they're gonna have to get me for other things, you know? Yeah, they're going to have to give me for other stuff. More entertaining things. You know what I'm saying? That's right. You understand? You think they get the message, huh? Yeah. Come to the shy. Don't be shy. Yeah. You know. See, they be mad, man. But you know what? I just look at it like this, man. I just say,
now you see something. Now you see now. You done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
I
see what I'm saying?
I thought.
No, so, you know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now, you know that, don't you?
yep. That's right, Flawless. Absolutely. I'm with you on that. Until then, this is what I got to say to him right here.
You really can act, you little bitch.
Yeah, man. That's right, William. A little bit of truth never hurt anyone, does it? But really, you know, they can take this as a serious message, man.
First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
Yeah. Yeah. Because everybody knows.
Man, this is some bullshit!
Yeah. Stormy, be ready for them, though. Be ready, you know. Be ready. But yeah, man, we're going to get ready to get on out of here because, you know, post-fight show, I covered the 3 fights I did see. I got the one that I didn't see still playing. It restarted itself, so I'm going to watch that one. Get ready to hit the get ready to hit the airwaves in the morning for the call-in show. Yeah, we got Sheena out there in that super chat. She says, more shots. Set it off, Stormy. Yeah, you like that? That's it, you know. Yeah. Load up the clips. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta say, stay strapped when you peel a cap. Look at Sheeta. She like Sheeta like those gunshots, huh? And just a little reminder for the trolls, huh? Cause the trolls, yeah, I have to send a direct message, huh? A direct message. Sometimes when you do that stuff, man, it just takes the edge off. You know what I mean? Makes everything more, pleasant, enjoyable, that kind of thing. And y'all notice, right? The trolls don't come in here too much because it's mostly family, and that's fine, right? That's fine, But you can bet they be out there peeping, though. They peeping through the blinds in the bushes, huh? Look at them over there, huh? That kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Y'all just have to remind them, man. Y'all just have to remind them.
This is Sparta!
I like that one myself. Yeah. Huh? But let's go out on a positive note for a brother who who's also from Alabama, like the dearly departed Ernie Shavers, man. Salute to Specific Volume for creating this piece here. And we can rock out to this, and I'll catch you guys on the call-in the morning. Peace to everybody. Shout out to the mighty LDBC.
My time is coming, but the ones that hate just don't know it yet. They gon' beg and cry, cause I will not forgive them, and now they regret. But the damage is done with your name on the hit list. It's time for revenge. I done told you, I've warned you too many times, but you can't comprehend. With this black fist of mine, ain't no way to prepare for it. Knock you out the Yale bomb squad, the world know it. I speak it, believe it, receive it, so what more can I say? I've been knocking cowards out to this day. They call it the right hand of God. They know what the damage you do. I speak it, believe it, receive it. Not only talking, I'll be showing the proof. But still they deny I'm the best. Everyone I fought, I put them to rest. How many fighters do I have to run through in order for you to admit I'm the best? All they doing, throwing dirt on my name. Own kind, trying to put me to shame. All I ever did was speak up and show my love. Pray my people will use their brain. Drug me and cheat. It don't matter cause I'm back on my feet. Back in the gym to turn up that heat. Damn devil gon' get put to sleep. He's done. Sick of the racist acts. Why the media keep ignoring facts? I represent this country as a champ to want me cause my spirit's strong. Plus I am black. Y'all know what I mean when I say this country ain't fair to this day. Don't matter who's next, they hitting the ground. I promise that I'm here to stay. They can't ignore me for long. Bomb squad, we coming strong. How the hell did it take this long for y'all to know the shit that Fury was on? He must have been paying y'all good to hush and keep all this shit on the low. But I won't back down or stay on the ground, and that I think you all know. My time is coming, but the ones that hate just don't know it yet. They don't know it yet. They gon' beg and cry, cause I will not forgive them, and now they regret. Oh no. But the damage is done with your name on the hit list, it's time for revenge. Oh no. I done told you I warned you too many times, but you can't comprehend. With this black fist of mine, ain't no way to prepare for it. Knock you out the Yo Bomb Squad, the world know it. I speak it, believe it, receive it, so what more can I say? What can I say? I've been knocking cowards out to this day.
I have a lot of people around me, positive energy, positive speaking, positive believing. Until that energy is broken, and then there's consequences behind that action.
You said that your people have been fighting for 400 years.
And your people too. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all all know what I'm talking about, man. Don't sit up here and try to bait and not know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what the fuck I talk about when I say these things. Your people too. Go look up the history. Shit, ain't don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man. You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day. To this day. To this day. Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.